don't demand it from yourself.
All the time.
Yeah, it takes some practice, and it's easier. Because as long as you're physically focused, there are people around you who are going to disappoint you or who are going to misbehave, and you don't want to withdraw. Well, many of you do join country clubs and such, but you withdraw from any reason pleasing, but you don't want to withdraw. You want what you really want. Here's the way: if we were standing in the shoes, that we would achieve and maintain, for the most part, our physical human authenticity in our physical human alignment with who we are. We would really focus upon making peace in the moment we focus upon. Because in just relaxing and accepting what is in an attitude of okay. So let's say that you're having a moment that feels less than good for someone. Maybe someone's disappointed you. Maybe someone you care about is struggling with something. It doesn't matter what the issue is. You're having this manifested moment where you are feeling the picture office that you describe of who you really are, and taking it far enough to say to yourself, I'm not authentically being who I am. So then, as you stop and wish that it could be better, you're still not authentically being who you are, because the source of being is not if you stop trying to push away in any way, you're still disallowing your alignment to God. But when you relax in an attitude of it's okay no matter what it is, because it's only the beginning of the journey to where I really want to be, there's a absence of resistance. You've been listening to us for a while. You've heard us say on many occasions that when you sat before Jesus or other people treating your illness, he did not see your illness. But we want to enhance that statement by saying it wasn't that it wasn't visible and it was blind to you. It was that he felt no concern about it. He didn't worry about it. He was not having an emotional response to your illness because his complete emotional response was to your wellness. So he could behold your illness without freaking out. This is a new message from Jesus. I could behold an illness without freaking out. Because the illness didn't bother me because it wasn't authentic. It wasn't reality. The reality is over here. It was just the beginning of the journey to which I was giving my undivided attention. And there's something in that no one's quite got their thoughts and feelings around yet that is very powerful, because almost everyone is still feeling sorrow or wishing that it could be better or hoping for the best, where there's still some resistance in it, where in the compassionate, complete acceptance of the okayness of where you are, there's a complete and utter absence of resistance. Now, hear what happens then. In the utter absence of resistance, this powerful vortex, you said it's powerful, and it is, this powerful vortex now, in the absence of resistance, takes you right into clear view, takes you right in, where the manifestations that please you can be revealed to you, and then you know you are the center. So, are you the center of the universe, or are you the center of your vortex? And what's uncomfortable is not letting yourself be the center of that powerful amassing of cooperative components. When you get into the vortex, you have an instant manifestation of positive emotion when you're not in the vortex. So when you get that, now you've accomplished everything you ever would want to accomplish, and as you learn to maintain the frequency of that, then all the other stuff begins to reveal itself to you. And in that revelation, you then know unequivocally the power. That's pretty good. So when someone sees you sick and they say, it's they're not helping. When someone sees you sick and they say, oh, they're not helping. But when someone sees you sick and says, hi, hey, what's up? No emotional terrorizing because they're so solid in their knowledge of well-being that everything they see, a nation in poverty, a country in financial disruption, a physical body in unpleasant diagnosis, a family in financial disaster, and looking right at it and accepting it in this soft, knowledgeable understanding that this is the starting of a journey and that and when you know that as those like Jesus did, then those who are being moved on benefit by that. So that gives you power. Directing it in what counts.
So all of that mentioned, being authentic is owning our power.
But you always own it. But let's call ownership perceptual. Because just because we know that you own it doesn't mean that you know that you own it. And if you don't know that you own it, you don't utilize it. It's like having a powerful vehicle in your garage and nobody told you it was there. You never drove it. It's been there for 25 years. Bummer. I could have been having a really good time.
So when we're authentic, we're powerful. And when we're authentic, do we care about what other people think about us?
When you're authentic, you don't care about what other people think about you because you're doing all the thinking. In other words, so let's say that you're in your power, we like your word, authentically who you are, which in our terminology would just be completely aligned and blended with the whole of who you are. So the whole of who you are is being allowed to manifest in this moment. Well, first of all, when you're in that state of being, you wouldn't attract evidence to find it. But let's say that you're sort of in and out of that, working for it, always there, and you are aware that someone's aware of you, and it makes you feel diminished in their awareness. So when you feel that diminishment, you stop and you say to yourself, this is about me, not about them. And because my authenticity is about my alignment with me, it doesn't have anything to do with them. They're just trying to spotlight on a weak spot of focus for me. And as you bring yourself back into alignment before long, then nothing is an issue like that. And sometimes it takes something big enough that you can't just brush it off to cause you to focus enough that you really discover who you really are. You hear that from people who've been through what they call great trials and tribulations. They often find their power because it was so important to find it, because the pinching themselves off from it was so uncomfortable. Things are always working out. Things are always working out. Things are always working out. She has all the cars. Things are always working out. One day she took 3 cars to car washing. One day she was washing cars and she didn't want that. Another day, I said, oh, it's so nice to see you again. And you said, I recognize the car on your dash. Obviously, I'm not. You might have put things always working out. That's an affirmation. Things are always working out. That's an affirmation. Do you? You ready? Things are always working out. 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 Taking their damn time. Roles work out. So if that statement's too strong, then say things often work out.
Bigyan lakas ang pamilya with the help of Alaska's 20 Plus Essential Nutrients.
We are extremely pleased that you are here. That will go away once you start to publish the code that we're talking about, because the priorities are often established in that well, if you're trying to add a conscious mind to feel that. But the priorities are well established, and the source of energy knows the path of least resistance, highest reward, and creative experience. So if you start inspired work rather than motivated work, that take care of that.
I feel inspired for many things. I feel like a lot of times I have my feet in pots and I'm seeing that I never know what is the real
You're offering this observation from a place of blessing and clarity that you are about to accomplish. Later you'll say, well, before I knew what I now know, I felt that way, but now I feel different. And so if you can trust that, it's still logical too when you said that your inner being is aware of what you bear. Here's the thing, different faces, different places, but the same sort of conclusions keep happening.
Hi, EDC. I'm your assistant, here to help you throughout your day.
And so you make strong statements of desire, and when you make a strong statement of desire over and 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 over.
my frustration comes. I can't believe it.
Well, after a while, you're going to start believing what happened.
Yes. You changed my world.
Well, you changed it. We focused on it. You caught up.
Thank you.
That's how it works. People say, wait a minute, I've been following you. And say, we're following you, we're following you. You're launching the rockets, we're following the rockets. And then we stand there where you're pointing us to be, and we hold the light for you to find. And when you do, acknowledge that that's what happened. I created this, I lined up with this, I'm living this.
Thank you so much for that, because I'm getting good at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when things don't happen the way I expect them, I start to say, wait a minute.
They always happen the way you expect them. When I discover that my expectation is out of whack, I'm starting to notice it. When I let life train me into expectation that is bogus, I'm starting to notice that. Let's use expectation in the real way. I get what I expect. It's never other than that.
I expected to get called up here today.
Yeah, obviously. It's easier for you the second, third, and fourth time. The audience hates you for it because it feels like injustice. So when positive things happen, which induce positive expectation, that's why things, the better they get, the better they get, the better they get, the better they get. It's also why the worse they get, the worse they get, the worse they get, the worse they get. So what we're asking you to do is to expect outside of what's happening. It's easy to get called on and then expect it again. The hard thing is to not ever have been called on and then get called on. The hard thing to do is to expect around the reality that has your attention. And that's what we talk about all day, every day, isn't it? Find a way to care so much about the way you feel that you're not willing to think a thought that doesn't feel good, even if it makes the most sense. I've never had any money. Nobody I know has ever had any money. My family's never had any money. Therefore, I don't expect to have any money. Well, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. It's going to turn out the way you expect it to be. So you've been taking this in.
Of course.
So what is it you want to talk about here and now? What's new for you?
I want to get better at the fine-tuning of my desire and my expectation and all of that. I have started to realize that I can manifest things almost instantaneously with just giving it a passing thought. Oh, I'd like to have that.
On things that you haven't practiced otherwise. If it's a new thing that you don't have an expectation about, the universe will deliver it to you nearly immediately because there's no push and pull going on in you. But if it's something that you've wanted for a while, so you've got some expectations that are pushing it away while your words are trying to pull it to you, that's what you want to be aware of. And your emotions are what tells you about that. So here's our encouragement. Stay off those subjects. Don't try to teach yourself on the subjects that are difficult. Teach yourself on the subjects that are not difficult, which means choose new subjects. Choose new subjects. Universe, today I would like to see evidence of happy people. Universe, today I would like to see evidence that you know what I've been thinking about. Universe, today I would like to see obvious motion forward for me on something where I haven't been moving forward on before. Universe, today, show me progress about something. Now, you see, the way the question is pointed, it's so vague you're not blocking it. You're general enough that you're not blocking it. But when the universe shows you this and 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 this, you'll remember. In other words, the way your expectations change is when you ask for something that you really don't quite believe, but your ask is clear enough and you're not believing is foggy enough that the universe can give it to you. That's how you bridge your expectations. And after a little while, you'll begin to feel invincible. Absolutely invincible. You can change the weather. You can rendezvous with everything that you want. There's nothing outside of your ability to modify it in the direction of your desire.
I have to tell you that my whole life, particularly when I was a child, I knew that this was a thing. I knew that this was a thing. When I would see movies like Harry Potter or things with magicians or things like that, I knew that there was something to that. I knew that there was something to, I can create from my mind. People would say that's ridiculous, or what are you doing? Why aren't you calling that person? Why aren't you putting more action in that? I knew somehow that sometimes that would be counterproductive. I knew that I could create a situation through my focus in my mind. And so I'm so grateful to finally have manifested you into my life to show me that that is in fact true. I had given up on a lot of things coming in my life. And by the way, I'm an actor too. It seems to be a theme today. But that was such a huge thing for me that there was a block there. And I have to say, since I found you last year, things have really started to change, particularly in the last 6 months. I now, sorry. I have begun to expect my dreams to come true again. I wanted them so bad. But I realized that wanting them so bad almost made them out of reach. So now when I think about my desire to get a role or be on a show or whatever, I try to, and you'll tell me if this is correct or not, I try to bring that down to something that is closer to something that I manifest like that. I say, oh, of course I'd be called in for that. Of course I can get a part of that show. Of course I'm a good candidate for that movie. And that actually has started the gate to open where people are calling me in. When my agent tells me about a project, I say to myself, and I don't say it to him, I'm going to get called in on that. I'm going to get called in on that. And I follow the impulses that come to me when I'm feeling good.
So everything we said here, really good. There's one tiny little bit of fine tuning we want to give you. And everyone's right here close with you, and so they're going to benefit from this too. When you caught your breath there for a moment, it was an indication that you had stronger desire than you did belief, just for a moment. And that's why it felt the way that it did. It amplified desire, and then the words that followed that experience where you kind of choked up for a moment, or I've wanted this so bad for so long. I just want to point something out that we pointed out about Esther's experience earlier. Really kind of like this. You're still doing it, and so many people. Do you know that you are the creator of your own reality? And do you understand that you do it because you are continually offering a vibration? It's emitting from you, whether you know that it is or not, in all moments. And that the powerful law of attraction that manages all connections, all relationships, all rendezvous, all creation in this universe, the law of attraction, is responding to your vibration. And so do you get that it is attraction, 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 attraction? So isn't it nice when you know that it is attraction to be in control of your output to which the law of attraction is responding? Don't you want to feel secure so that the things of a secure nature flow to you? Don't you want to feel secure so that you're not repelling things of a secure nature? Don't you want to feel love and appreciation so that lovely and appreciable things flow into your experience? Esther had a wonderful experience a few weeks ago, coming back from Barcelona, at the airport in Barcelona. They were lined up, hundreds of them,